It's dense, it's moist, it's perfectly baked. Look at that. It's fluffy, loads of chocolate. This is exactly what you're looking for. Hello, hello, happy fall, happy October, and happy pumpkin season. Today I'm gonna be making a quintessential fall treat, chocolate chip pumpkin bread, and it's from my newest book, Meant to Share. Here we are, Rustic Joyful Food, Meant to Share. So here are my boys. They're so cute. They're eating the chocolate chip pumpkin bread. They're so cute. Okay, so you might be asking yourself why this cookbook is unique and wonderful, and I am here to tell you that you need this book because a lot of books are broken down by sections. So you've got dinner, you've got dessert, you have soups, all kinds of wonderful things, and that's all great. I love that. But this is actually broken down by the people that you're serving and then menus. So there's a for fun and little section where we have like all kinds of delicious food. And then there's a for love section, which you're gonna wanna make something steamy for your main squeeze. And so, and so on and so forth. Anyways, life is meant to share. This book is beautiful. I would love it to be in your repertoire. The first thing I wanna do is cream the sugar and the butter. And I have my handy dandy little whisk. I was gonna do a stand mixer, but I thought this is kind of fun. So we'll just do it by hand, the good old fashioned way, like your grandma does, or like 99% of Americans do because everybody doesn't have a stand mixer. But I bet you do have a hand mixer. So we've got the butter going into here. I'm gonna go ahead and add the sugar, and all the measurements are gonna be on food52.com, but I do know that is 1 3/4 cup of brown sugar. And I'm gonna take my handy dandy little whisk, and you're just gonna cream the butter and the sugar. And this will take you a second if you're not using a stand mixer. You know how they make those videos and then they snap? Oh my gosh. Anyways, we're gonna add a little bit of oil. And the reason we add oil is because butter is not all fat. And I find that in the baking process, the water evaporates. That's what creates flaky layers. But sometimes it can leave your baked goods or pound cakes just wanting a little bit more moisture. So that's why we add just a little insurance policy of a touch of neutral oil. We're gonna mix that bad boy in and then get the eggs in. There we go. And these are supposed to go one at a time, but you get the idea. And now I can introduce my whisk back in because it's gonna take me 18 years to whisk him up. There we go. This is what it's gonna look like, all beautiful and whisked together. And this is just your eggs, sugar, and butter, and oil. And now we're gonna add our vanilla. So we're gonna do the vanilla, a little bit of salt. I put the salt all over the place. Don't forget salt, he's your best friend. Cinnamon, I'm actually gonna dump inside with this. I almost put the flour in, that would have been bad. Cinnamon's gonna go all over, and so is our pumpkin puree. And you might be tempted to want to use more than a cup of pumpkin, but honestly, too much will yield sort of like a gummy baked treat. And I'm not into dense and gummy, but I am into moist with a tender crumb. That's what we're going for. Okay, so you're gonna mix this guy in. I don't know, pumpkins are always boys to me, but I know they're females. Get this guy going. It looks beautiful and it smells like heaven. And I'm a firm believer, everything you bake doesn't have to be technical. It doesn't have to be over the top. I think that it's really important to have these sort of dump and stir recipes in your repertoire because we got kids, we're trying to live. And I wanna be able to know that I'm making something that is going to turn out incredible every single time. And that's what this is for me. So I don't know, I think that's important to say. It's important to speak to the fact that good food doesn't have to be hard. And that's what this book is all about. So here we go, we've got our flour. I'm gonna shake this bad boy over the top. And then I'm gonna go in with our leavening. So I've got baking powder and baking soda mixed, so just nice and even all over. And I'm gonna switch whisks and be done with that. And then just start folding it in. So whenever I'm folding, you don't ever want to overmix the flour, but sometimes people are like, what does that even really mean? Look at that. That looks beautiful. And this is where I'm also gonna come in with my buttermilk. So I have a half a cup of buttermilk, just making sure it's a half a cup because I eyeball it. I was out of buttermilk, so I use buttermilk powder and some regular whole milk. If you don't have buttermilk, you can use sour cream thinned out with a touch of milk. You can use half and half. You can do plain yogurt. What you're thinking about is sort of like tangy dairy. That's what you wanna add. We're gonna pour this all in over the top and finish the folding. I'm always so gentle. I'm like, I don't want to upset the delicate balance of baking. Here we are, we're all completely mixed. It looks gorgeous. And you see how I haven't overmixed? You can still see ribbons of pumpkin. There are, you should look at my face. See that? There's ribbons of pumpkin. Now we're gonna talk about chocolate. So this is very important. You can chop up chocolate bars. The recipe calls for 12 ounces. I only had a 10-ounce bag of chocolate chips. So Lord, here we go. Put them all in. You can save a couple to decorate the top, but I'm not gonna be extra like that. Fold these little guys in, and you have this light, incredible pumpkin bread. And you should have greased and floured, oh my gosh, it smells so good. Pumpkin and chocolate, an unlikely duo. I feel like they are the peanut butter and jelly of the fall. So I'm gonna scooch this forward. I already put a little bit, this is my 9x9. I love a metal baking dish for baked goods. Glass is fine. Sometimes I notice that glass is a little bit curved, and the old school 9x9 glass dishes can overflow. They just happen to be just a touch smaller, and you really do want to use one that's wide set. So if you have a glass baking dish, this will even be great in a 9x13 pan. It'll just bake a little bit quicker, so be cognizant of that. I've got my paper towel to smudge my butter all around, and we really, I mean, I'm talking generous with the butter. That's how we live our life. You're supposed to flour this too, but I don't have flour. I didn't set them out. Oh, here's a touch. There's just a smidge left in here. So here, let's see how far that gets us. Not very far. Anyways, it's gonna be fine. So here goes our beautiful, this is our treat. Make sure he's nice and mixed, got the whole bottom. Get it from the center. Smells like fall, smells like hope. This is awkward to do it from this angle, but I want everybody to be able to see. Boom. Then I just take my handy dandy little spatula, just smooth them into the corners of our pan. And you're making this for your own home, so you can totally touch it. And into the oven we go. Don't judge my oven, he's very dirty. And I will see you guys back here. I need to double check the recipe. I feel like it says 35 minutes, but the recipes are just suggestions. Depending on your altitude or where you are living, you're just gonna have to watch your cake. You're gonna want it to come out with not a clean pick. I like the picks to have teeny tiny little remnants of cake on them because it's gonna continue to bake inside our pan. So it's this delicate dance, and we'll keep checking him right around that 30-minute mark, but I'm gonna double check the recipe. All right, we're back, and I baked this beautiful pumpkin bread, and it's already cooled. I wanted to wait and give him all of the time. I wanna show you something. So because I was really anxious and I wanted to make sure that I didn't overbake it, one of the things I did do, I kept patting the top, so it caused a little bit of sinkage. So don't be like me, don't be anxious about your bread. It won't sink, just leave it alone. Come over here, wanna see my bread? That's my Milo. So I want you guys to...
I'm eating dinner.
Oh, you're eating dinner? You sweet baby. So I'm slicing it for the first time, and I can already tell that I like the crumb. Let's take out a piece from this side. And it's still warm. Let's get this out without ruining it, so I can show you. It is the most perfect, it's dense, it's moist, it's perfectly baked. Look at that. It's fluffy, loads of chocolate. This is exactly what you're looking for. Let's give it a taste. It's so good. I normally hate to watch people eat, but honestly, this is the best pumpkin bread. Mm-hmm. Come here. Come here. Look. This is Milo. Can you say hi? Can you say hi?
Can we eat it?
Yeah. I have this one for you. Look. It's perfect. You have a lot. Ooh. Get some milk too. So good. You guys, thank you so much for joining my kitchen, being with my family, making something that's really special to me. I pray you have a wonderful fall. Enjoy every moment. Follow me at Rustic Joyful Food on Instagram. Is this so good? Okay, tell them what you think.
Bye, Mommy Bird.